I was very interested that here in Denmark we have talked about the integration of social services and social psychiatry and psychiatry. And he talks about, he have a language of disability inside this also. And that's the third part, which is very, very important, especially now with the convention and all of this. We could use that as a framework to get, so we have three parts in the discussion, not only two.
Yes, to my experience, it's it's not easy for a social service to talk about the diagnosis. It's a problem in itself, and I think you can, actually the diagnosis doesn't say very much about the person in most cases, so why not adopt another way of use of concept, and I think the logic from International Classification of Function is very, very nice one. It's a good one because for the first thing you can say that the person has a disability, impairment, but also a very good function, a very high level of functioning. And it's possible to characterize both sides of the story. And for the second, that the environmental factors that's depending on the environment which you are in are stressed all the way. And as we know, a person with psychiatric disability who meets prejudiced and fear and ignorant person will feel much worse and have lower degree of participation compared to the opposite. So the impairment is important, and it's included in this logic. We should not do clever and good social workers until some kind of barefoot psychiatrists. It's no use.
I totally agree, and I also want to say it's about terminology, because if there's not put words to, there's a lot of things which is not put words to when you only speak about social things or about psychiatric words. So if you have the disability words, you can even speak about human rights. That's important for us in the user movement, and include that in the way services are made. A lot of users focus only on patients' things and get self-stigmatized, like you said. So we in the user movement have to make courses to help people get out of that, to redefine themselves and so on. And that's too bad. It's a waste of time. And that's a part of the problem today.
Of course, we need diagnoses. They are important to design treatment and to say something about what will happen, prognosis in some cases, but the diagnosis almost never says what is needed for the persons in the total sense, and not in the sense of psychosocial support. I think Denmark is inspiring in lots of ways, especially the strong user movement, which at least used to be, and I think have a very important role in Denmark, much more so compared to Sweden. So I think it's a lot of inspiration to get from Denmark, but perhaps systematic work with national guidelines, common for social services as well as health services, could be a good way for you as well. I don't know, perhaps.
But isn't the most important how you look upon people? Could you make guidelines about the way you look upon people?
Yeah, I think you certainly. I think you can actually. It's
how?
Well, that's something of the secret and important thing about effective methods. They are also user-friendly, because user-unfriendly methods, they wouldn't have any effect how clever they are. So I think...
So kindness is important. important.
Yeah, kindness, which could be said in many ways. If you say it more academically, you can say it's important to create a positive relation and so on, and you can measure it with one or another scale. But on the bottom line is that you have to be kind and reasonably polite, and I think the perhaps most important thing is to have a genuine interest for the person in the other chair. Who is she? Who is he? What does he want? And so
Are you measuring the kind? Can you measure the level of kindness and politeness? Or?
No, I don't think it's easy, but the results from it is easily measurable, and because the result is effects in the ways that you want it to be. So I agree.
No results.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks.
Thank you.